Morganhousel's investing strategy. Morganhousel is the author of The Psychology of Money.
Money grow over time. Most investors expect volatility, they get that. What's easy to overlook is the amount of volatility that can take place within the context of otherwise very good returns.
Morganhousel's investing strategy. Morganhousel's net worth is estimated between $5 and $10 million, and this is his investing strategy. For each family, a different strategy. The difference between what someone suggests you do and what they do for themselves isn't always a bad thing. It just underscores that when dealing with complicated and emotional issues that affect you and your family, there is no one right answer. There is no universal truth. There's only what works for you and your family, checking the boxes you want checked in a way that leaves you comfortable and sleeping well at night. You have to find what works for you. Here's what works for me. Define your goal, your why. Charlie Munger once said, "I did not intend to get rich. I just wanted to get independent." Independence has always been my personal financial goal. Chasing the highest returns or leveraging my assets to live the most luxurious life has little interest to me. Both look like games people do to impress their friends, and both have hidden risks. I mostly just want to wake up every day knowing my family and I can do whatever we want to do on our own terms. Every financial decision we make revolves around that goal. Savings. Independence, at any income level, is driven by your savings rate. And past a certain level of income, your savings rate is driven by your ability to keep your lifestyle expectations from running away. A secondary benefit of maintaining a lifestyle below what you can afford is avoiding the psychological treadmill of keeping up with the Joneses. Comfortably living below what you can afford, without much desire for more, removes a tremendous amount of social pressure that many people in the modern first world subject themselves to. Nassim Taleb explained, "True success is exiting some rat race to modulate one's activities for peace of mind." I like that. Own your house. The independent feeling I get from owning our house outright far exceeds the known financial gain I'd get from leveraging our assets with a cheap mortgage. Eliminating the monthly payment feels better than maximizing the long-term value of our assets. It makes me feel independent. Cash is king. We also keep a higher percentage of our assets in cash than most financial advisors would recommend, something around 20% of our assets outside the value of our house. This is also close to indefensible on paper, and I'm not recommending it to others. It's just what works for us. We do it because cash is the oxygen of independence, and more importantly, we never want to be forced to sell the stocks we own. We want the probability of facing a huge expense and needing to liquidate stocks to cover it to be as close to zero as possible. Perhaps we just have a lower risk tolerance than others. Not being forced to sell stocks to cover an expense also means we're increasing the odds of letting the stocks we own compound for the longest period of time. Charlie Munger put it well: the first rule of compounding is to never interrupt it unnecessarily. Some index funds, retirement accounts, and college saving plans. When I think of it that way, the choice to buy the index and hold on is a no-brainer for us. We invest money from every paycheck into these index funds, a combination of US and international stocks. There's no set goal, it's just whatever is left over after we spend. We max out retirement accounts in the same funds, and contribute to our kids' 529 college savings plans. And that's about it. Effectively, all of our net worth is a house, a checking account, and some Vanguard index funds. Tailwinds. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that for us. I like it simple. One of my deeply held investing beliefs is that there is little correlation between investment effort and investment results. The reason is because the world is driven by tails. A few variables account for the majority of returns. No matter how hard you try at investing, you won't do well if you miss the 2 or 3 things that move the needle in your strategy. The reverse is true. Simple investment strategies can work great as long as they capture the few things that are important to that strategy's success. Soft skills. My investing strategy doesn't rely on picking the right sector, or timing the next recession. It relies on a high savings rate, patience, and optimism that the global economy will create value over the next several decades. I spend virtually all of my investing effort thinking about those 3 things, especially the first 2, which I can control. Conclusion. If I had to summarize my views on investing, it's this: every investor should pick a strategy that has the highest odds of successfully meeting their goals. And I think for most investors, dollar cost averaging into a low-cost index fund will provide the highest odds of long-term success. That doesn't mean index investing will always work. It doesn't mean it's for everyone. And it doesn't mean active stock picking is doomed to fail. In general, this industry has become too entrenched on one side or the other, particularly those vehemently against active investing. No one should be surprised that the majority of those trying to beat the market fail to do so. The statistics show 85% of large-cap active managers didn't beat the S&P 500 over the decade ending 2019. I know people who think it's insane to try to beat the market but encourage their kids to reach for the stars and try to become professional athletes. To each their own. Life is about playing the odds, and we all think about odds a little differently.